Hello and welcome everyone to Cybercast Ep74, the Transformer Video Podcast. I am Josh, also known as G1 Extron. I'm joined with my co-host Dakota, also known as PrimalSabbath, aka Primal Selfish, aka I got mine, so na boo boo. And I'm also joined with my other co-host Jaim, also known as Victory Saber 77, and we have our special guest Derrick J Wyatt. How you doing, man?
Good. How you guys doing?
Awesome. First off, Dakota, why don't you tell people where they can find you, man?
You can find me.
The legit place to go.
The legit place to go? Oh, dude. You can just find me at multiple places at PrimalSabbath, and that's where I do stuff.
All right.
And I also
Jaim?
do a show. Yeah, but I mean, it's whatever.
It is. I mean, you can talk about it next week because you do it every other week, so
yeah,
they'll forget.
Keep it fresh.
Exactly. Jaim?
I'm Victory Saber 77. You can find me on Twitter and YouTube, and I'm the host of the Aftercast, which starts every Saturday on my channel at 9 o'clock Central Standard Time.
And Derrick, man, where can people find you if they wanted to kind of find out, after they watch this, if they not, familiar with your work, where they can find some of your stuff? Do you have like a blog site, a website, Twitter, stuff like that?
Yeah, I have a Twitter and a Tumblr and Instagram. If people can just search Derrick J Wyatt and they should find me.
All right, and you can find me, G1 Hextron, on Twitter, YouTube, and Instagram. My Facebook page is the G1 Hextron, and our community stuff, cybercastnetwork.com, cybercastnet for our Twitter, and our Facebook page, which everything we're going to be talking about today, other than our spotlight with our guest here, is going to be found on the Cybercast Network Facebook page. So go ahead and like that if you want, or follow or sub or do all that good stuff. But we're going to go ahead and jump into, I guess, this Derrick conversation. I don't want to really call it an interview because that sounds too formal. And I guess we all have the questions that we all kind of came up together with here. But I guess the first thing is, how long have you been a Transformer fan?
Ever since the beginning. My first Transformer I think was Ravage, and I had a Bumble Jumper, red Bumblebee, and so just absolutely right from the get-go.
Was that like your first one as a kid, or?
Yeah. Yeah. And there was even a weird thing that happened. I had my neighbor would always buy the good guys, and I was always get the bad guys. So I was buying the Decepticons, and I had asked for Megatron for Christmas, and I came home one day and saw Megatron on the counter, and I'm like, what? And my mom kind of freaked out, and then it was like a couple weeks or a month later, at Christmas time, I opened the present, and I got Optimus Prime, and I was like, what? How did this happen? So my neighbor ended up getting the Megatron, and I thought
you were going to say something awful, like I opened it up and I got
and it was
like Optimus Prime or something.
Oh, that would be great. That would be the future.
I kind of had the same situation. As I would get mostly the good guys, and this guy down the street, he'd always get the really cool ones that were the Decepticons. Like here, I got my Metroplex, and I go to play Transformers with him, and he's got a Tripticon, and I'm like, oh, I want to play with that. He wouldn't even let me play with it. So he ended up getting a Scorponok, and I was like, oh, can I play with that? No. So now I'm an adult, and I get to buy that stuff, and I can play with it whenever I want to. So and that was kind of one of the reasons behind it. I was like, you know what? I want to get these figures that I never had as a kid and just wanted so bad. So, Jaim, you want to tackle the next one?
Yeah. Our next question, since we know you done Transformers Animated, is how were you approached to do the animated series?
Oh, well, I had known the executive producer of Transformers Animated, Sam Register, was executive producer of Teen Titans too. So and while I was actually on Legion of Superheroes at the time, and he came to me and asked me if I would be interested in it, and he had no idea I was a Transformers fan at the time. And first I was like, no, I don't want to do it. It's gonna be, I had kind of seen what they were doing with Armada and the Unicron trilogy at the time, and I'm like, I'm not really interested. I don't want to taint my memories and stuff. And he kind of pushed me, and so I did. I did that concept art, and then I never expected it to happen, and then it just did. So it's all thanks to Sam.
Kind of a follow-up on that. Where do you kind of draw from whenever you come up with these designs, because I don't know if you want them to be considered this, but I look at them, I'm like, man, these guys are just adorable looking. I mean, they're like just got this kind of cute, not just kitty, but like me as an adult, I collect G1, Masterpiece, and now animated. And I've just kind of now dove into that, and I'm really digging it. Like every figure, I'm just like, this is so great. And it's one of those things where here I was just a hardcore G1, but now I'm like, man, animated's kind of like right up there. I was like, these things are just so cool, and I like all these guys and all our viewers know. It's like if you're a Transformer and you kind of add some kind of cute thing to it, then I'm just like, oh, that's awesome. So.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say that I think a lot of it came from like the vinyl toy scene was really big at that time, and I was kind of looking at that stuff, the urban vinyl stuff and Japanese vinyl stuff, and then also Mighty Orbots was a big inspiration for me. They wanted it more more expressive, more like Teen Titans, more like Batman the Animated Series kind of thing. So I kind of thought of that first, and sort of took the Gundam out of it, and then put Mighty Orbots back in, and then with the kind of animated veneer over the top of that. So, and I designed Bulkhead first because I didn't have any attachments to him, so I could go crazy with him and really let him set the style for everybody else.
Okay.
Huh.
Yeah,
Cool.
maybe that's why I'm kind of drawn to it, is because my favorite cartoon series is Batman the Animated Series. Still to this day, I just think it's genius as far as writing, animation, voice acting, everything. So maybe that's why I kind of draw to it. But
Yeah,
Dakota, you were saying? Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, what?
I was just gonna say that's kind of Batman the Animated Series. Animated series is kind of a standard that we all look to. It's everybody's some of everybody's favorites. Working in the industry.
Yeah. I always kind of imagine the designs like I don't know if you probably didn't, Josh, but Jaim or Derrick, if y'all remember the Yu-Gi-Oh series, at least like the first one from 10, 11 years ago. Whenever Pegasus, and I'm probably like speaking Latin to you guys, I don't know. Whenever he played the Toon World card and just how it turned everyone into the tunes, that's kind of how I looked at it. But hopefully someone else will get that.
I never really watched or got into Yu-Gi-Oh. So that wasn't a big influence on me.
Yeah. The third question, since I get to get the douche question, I guess. What was the real reason that animated got canceled? And it's totally fine if it can't be answered because of.
It can't be.
I'll tell you. I mean, all I can tell you is my suspicions, because the real decisions happened so far above my pay grade that I don't know. It's execu gods that made the decision. But, I think that Hasbro really wanted to do a season 4, and they just couldn't. Somehow they just couldn't work it out with Cartoon Network. I don't know what the sticking points were. I'm sure budget was some of it, but I think it was mostly just politics. When they originally had made the deal for Transformers Animated, it was under a previous regime of Cartoon Network, and all those guys were ousted. And when this new regime came in, they were like, "What the heck is this doing here?" Like, that's how I felt anyway, So they just weren't super. I don't know if they were into it, or they were playing hardball with Hasbro, or what it was. But it just comes down to politics between the two of them.
That's too bad.
Hasbro was already looking into getting their own network at the time and doing a CG series. They knew they wanted to do a CG series next that looked more like the movie. So.
Okay. Very interesting.
Well, I guess this next question kind of follows up into that. If we would have got a season 4, what do you think we would have got? Let's say that's the last season. Season 4, we know going into it, it's going to be the last season. How would it all kind of played out as far as maybe new figures, kind of maybe story, or ending and stuff like that? Your dream of how it could end perfectly.
Well, that's a whole show in itself, I think. We had a whole, not a whole season planned, but we had the arc planned out for the season, and we had a lot of episodes like the Shattered Glass episode we hadn't gotten to do, and we wanted to do that. and I really wanted to do a future episode with kind of the core of Cybertron was gutted out, and Galvatron sitting in the middle of Cybertron, controlling Cybertron, and Galvatron and I think Galvatron and Sentinel had teamed up to fight the Predacons in the future, something like that. But so then we were gonna do like Bumble Prime in the future and stuff like that too. So
Bumble Prime.
that's
Oh,
what
no.
I really wanted to do.
Oh.
Other than that, we had definitely we're gonna do more Sorry stuff. There was the Megatron becoming the Triple Changer, and because of that, we were gonna go into Blitzwing's origins and how Black Arachnia was involved in that. And there's so many little story things and episodes that it's hard to remember all of them, but that's kind of an overarching. I think they were going to stay on Cybertron for a while, return to Earth, and then the last episode the last arc was going to be called Megatron Must Be Destroyed. So
That's awesome. That's a nice little nugget there for the viewers.
Yeah.
You know, especially that fans of the show when they're just like, here it is, it's fantastic, and it just ends. You know, we see that a lot with live action regular broadcasting now, to where you're like, really do dig this show, and it's like, and canceled. Wait, how's it end? How's it end? You know, and you never find out. Just some kind of explanation.
I never really knew if Transformers would have I mean, I don't know how it has a definite ending, because it seems like even G1 just keeps going, you know.
Yeah.
Events happen, things change, and then something new happens. So I don't exactly know what the ending would have been. I guess we could have revealed all the things we were holding on to, but maybe that's more of a Marty question.
All right.
A real quick little, just to stay on that topic just for a second, I just want to know, was it always in the plans to kill Prowl?
No, it was that came not last minute, but it was I can't remember if it was in the beginning of that season or the middle. And that was again, Sam Register came to us and was like, "Okay, guys, we're gonna kill somebody." And we're like, "What? No." and then I was just like, "It's not Bulkhead. It's not gonna be Bulkhead." And Sam's like, "Okay, we're not gonna kill Bulkhead." So then we went through a process of who would be emotionally resonant and who would. It was a process of figuring out. So it really could have been anybody, except for Bulkhead.
Except for Bulkhead. Okay, I'm just kind of curious.
Yeah.
It's not a Transformer show if someone doesn't die.
Yeah, somebody's gotta die.
True.
Yeah.
Or Prime has to die.
Yeah.
once.
Well, we killed him off right away, so we didn't have to go back and do that again. We just wanted to get that out of the way. So like, okay, Optimus Prime is an overdone thing in Transformers, so let's just do it and get it over with.
This isn't, a question that we had lined up, so I guess we might be not really putting you on the spot here. Going off script. Look, if there was one character that you didn't get to, animate,
oh yeah,
that you really wanted to, what would be like the one character that you never got a chance to, or maybe you did on the side, but for the show that you really wanted to, and put them into the show somehow?
I mean, it's kind of like there's so many of those characters, and it changes by what I'm into at the time. So like
Six-Shot?
Now, I have a story about Six-Shot. If you want to hear that, I'll tell you. But I would love to do more Japanese characters like Metal Hawk and
Oh yeah.
Overlord. Of course, now would be amazing. But that was before Wreckers, so it would be. I don't think we would have thought of that before, but now, I mean, that would have been so much fun to do. I don't know how much violence he could have done, but it would be fun to push it as far as we could. And then there was Galvatron, who was one of my favorite characters of all time. I'd like to finish the 86 movie cast too. Springer was on the docket to get done, and Cup we added in the almanac. The list is infinite. It's so long. And then now there's all this like Rung. Rung would be awesome to add in, and like there'd be there's so many cool characters. Swerve and yeah.
All right, I guess
Is that
before we get
is that
into
too much answer?
yeah, no, that's perfect. I think that's exactly what
Everything,
you're
okay, everything.
every single thing. But before James, you get into the next one, you were gonna say something about Six Shot, and I'm very
Oh,
curious.
okay. Yeah, there was it was a very short amount of time. It was maybe half a day or a day where Marty wanted to do Six Shot, and he wanted him to be able to transform into anything, basically. And of course, I said I can't do that. That's going to be ridiculous. It's going to be too much design. And then they could never engineer the toy. So we did talk to Eric Siebeneller about doing a 6-mode, and he said even at that point 3-mode stuff was giving them a lot of trouble. So we went to Blitzwing instead of Six Shot. No ninja consultant in our show at that point.
All right. All right. James, do you want to get the next one, or clear us up on the comments, or we can do the comments now or after? I don't care.
Really, it's just Chris is joining us. What's up, man?
Punk Wally. Okay. Those two just having conversations amongst themselves. All right, cool.
Next question, just to follow up kind of what we were talking about the cast, I guess, is how closely did you work with Hasbro designers on the toys, or vice versa?
Oh, super close. We worked with Hasbro on the toys and on the season arcs really closely. I worked personally with Eric Siebeneller all the time. We were emailed or talked to each other almost every day. We would be going back and forth on getting the designs to work as toys and as animation models, and it was a really great working relationship. I mean, I think you can tell by with how good the toys came out, how well we worked together. So it was pretty awesome. And then we worked with Aaron Archer and Josh Izzo and Steve Drucker on the story side of stuff too. They'd come out every once in a while, or we'd conference with them.
I was like, so you were working with people who were like literally masters of their craft.
Yeah, and I would see the Takara, I don't even want to call them the blueprints, the schematics come in, with the parts breaks down and stuff, and it was awesome. It was great.
Awesome. Real quick to follow up on that, was there an Omega Supreme in the works as far as toys, or was there? They were never going to probably hit that.
I remember Eric saying that it would be almost impossible to make, but I don't.
Oh.
I don't think big stuff was. I don't remember if we ever got that far. He did a transformation for us to use in the show, but I don't know how literally it would work for toys.
I mean, we got that huge Supreme Optimus, which was kind of cool, but it would have been like, if we could have got an Omega Supreme that turned into the Arc and all that. Oh, I know.
That would have been awesome too. Yeah. There was some stuff that I remember Eric had told me that he wished he switched around like that, like kind of wished he made Lugnut leader size instead of Magnus. Although I love the leader Magnus too, so it would be a really tough call.
That thing is nice. Dig it a lot.
I think the next question is like pretty much answered just by looking at what's behind you. So I'm just gonna skip that one and just go to the next one because Josh wants to give me all the bad questions.
Yeah.
But
that's the way I arranged it.
Dude, no kidding. Like you had it planned. I knew you had it planned. We're done, Josh. No. Do you feel the need to collect things that you have previously worked on?
Yeah, I do. Not as bad as I used to, but like I even bought those. There were terrible Scooby toys they made that were sort of very loosely based on Mystery Incorporated. I ended up getting those, and I'm not even sure why. They're barely representative of Scooby, let alone our show. So, but yes, anyway, I do.
Now, I'm just kind of looking behind you, and I see your Fort Max, and I think that's the perfect effect Warden head on top of them. So I guess whether you collect third-party toys is obviously answered, but do you like or want to collect the third parties that are kind of off your design, or like we just saw Mecha Ideas kind of make their Toon Titans? Do you like that? Are you offended by it, or like it, take it as a compliment, or do you collect them as well? Would you like to see more of it?
It's really flattering that people want to do that. I think that's great. It's weird because like you can't really legitimately work with them. Not like you can with Hasbro or with the BotCon guys, So it's always there's always little things like I wish I could have tweaked that or whatever. But so it's in one way I really love it. I'm grateful that these guys love it enough to keep going with it. Another part of me is just like I'm such a control freak about animated. I want to be part of everything. So it's a little bit weird.
I can understand that because I would think that, especially if I was in your shoes there, I see that coming out. I'm like, I'm glad. Yeah, I can see the passion. And I enjoy that, but I can't imagine just sitting there and you not being like, I really would like to do this a little bit different or have my input in there somehow, just so it's perfect. Yeah, exactly. Basically everything that you said. I think I would be the exact same way. So.
Yeah, if they come out as amazing as the warden, then it's like, well, whatever. That's like that looks exactly like it stepped right off of the comic page, right? But although I'm not Alex, so I don't really. I don't know if he thinks that. I don't know. I think I lost my train of thought in the middle there.
It was kind of a loaded question, so my apologies.
I'm just skirting this issue as much as I can.
Jaim, want to tackle the next one?
Okay, so we.
These alarms going off.
You worked at Warner Brothers on various projects. What is your most memorable?
At Warner Brothers?
Yeah. Or like you did Teen Titans, Legion of Super.
Titans, Legion, Scooby, New Teen Titans. Sure, there's other stuff I did. I really I loved Titans. Titans was awesome. It was my first action show, which was what I really wanted to do. Was doing like you said, the Bruce Timm kind of stuff. And then I really, really loved working on Scooby. It was a very like all the stuff I work on is nostalgic, but that was really, really childhood nostalgic, and it was really cool because I got to go raid the archives and look back through all the Scooby model sheets and all the Scooby rip-off shows model sheets, and there would always be a section of Alex Toth drawings in these shows that I get to kind of pull out and use those characters in my show, and it was a lot of fun. We did we had like vintage catalogs, Sears catalogs and whatnot from 1969 and 1970. So we were using fashion right from that era in the show, and I don't know. I loved Dan Krall's art direction and the story. The scripts were, I think, some of the best scripts I worked on. So that was a lot of fun.
Cool. Right on.
Before I ask my next question, there was a comment saying an official Astro Train would have been really cool. Did you have any kind of design ideas for Astro Train out of curiosity, since you had Blitzwing and?
Yeah, I don't think we did. He would probably be pretty huge. Like, I mean, I don't know how big, but
make him 86 movie.
Oh God!
That size scale. Devastator needs the police.
It'd be like buying a car.
I love Transformers that can ride around in other Transformers.
But my next question would be: are you excited about the new Robots in the Sky series coming out in 2015? You're considering it's kind of like a hybrid between your designs and the Transformers Prime designs.
Yeah, it looks pretty cool. I'm really interested to see some of the new characters, especially the Strong Arm, the female character, and
got a couple of pictures pulled up for later. So.
Yeah, and I'm also excited, even though I'm still a little bumblebeed out. I feel like after the movies and everything, but at least it's a series where Optimus isn't the leader, which is interesting. That's an interesting choice.
Yeah.
All right, and I guess kind of our last question is, is there maybe a kind of like a passion project or a, uh, we'll say like 80s or something like that of a toy line or cartoon that you'd like to do, like, that's not going on right now, like Ninja Turtles is obviously going on right now, but maybe, um, maybe it's Battle Beast, maybe it's, He-Man or Sectars or,
Mighty Orbots.
I got to do a little Ninja Turtles in the very beginning. I did some development on the new show, the CG show, and like the Metalhead is kind of my design. It's based on my roughs and stuff.
Cool.
They made a toy of him. I would say probably G.I. Joe or Micronauts maybe would be awesome. And like any weird, I like to take all the weird Hasbro stuff from the 80s and mush it into one property, like Inhumanoid versus Visionaries versus Aerators versus, I'd love to do something like that where just everything, you throw everything in there.
That would be awesome. Jaim and I were kind of hoping you'd say Mask to be.
Oh, I love Mask too. That's a really good. Yeah, that's a good choice.
I think that would just be.
I think all of the above is the answer again.
Yeah. Anything from the 80s is just golden.
And I know we kind of talked about this prior to going on the air, but you have is he a guinea pig?
Mm-hmm.
Is that okay? And his name is Mr. Pip.
Yes.
Have you ever put maybe a He-Man, the Battle Cat saddle or some kind of saddle on him and like put figures and they kind of let him loose and he just runs around with the figure on top?
I haven't ever done that before yet, but I was thinking because you asked me that question, I was thinking like if they ever make a new Beast Wars Dinobot, then I'll probably have him ride. I think Pip will be really mad though. I don't think he'll enjoy it at all. But it would make a great Halloween costume. Maybe tape a like a rat tail to Pip's butt.
I want pictures. Right. I want like a ton of pictures.
Well, they gotta make the toy first. The Dinobot first.
So that's why you gotta follow him on Instagram. Like, I get to see pictures of him all the time, and he's like all his little droppings all over the place.
Yeah.
Like I don't know how long you'd let him run around the house on his own.
Not too long. He prefers to stay in the box when he can. he's pretty timid, but he does like to come on and run around every once in a while too. Did you see the one where he's got the Sith, like it looks like a Sith robe on his back? Like he took this picture. He was poking his head out of a towel, and it just looked like Palpatine for some reason to me. So. Just imagine him shooting Force lightning.
All right, you guys, you have anything else? I mean, that was pretty much what we had planned to ask you. But if you guys have anything else, we can cover that, and then we can jump into the news.
What's your stance on Beast Wars there, Derrick?
I like Beast Wars.
Okay.
We went out of our way to get Bob and Larry to write that episode for us. I think Bob was working on like some pyrotechnics thing in the desert for some movie shoot or something. He wasn't even writing at the time, so we're like kind of pulled him back in, and that was really fun.
Yeah, I know the episode with Waspinator or Wasp becoming Waspinator or whatever, and I got a big kick out of that because that's not only is it my G1, but that's kind of my end all be all of the the Transformers mythos. So it's I really appreciated that kind of that extremely subtle nod at the end with the ape and the rat and just everything there. But I thought that was really awesome.
Yeah, Waspinator is one of my favorite, probably top 5 characters too. So I definitely he was one of the guys that I really wanted to get in the show.
Yeah, awesome.
Cool. All right, we'll go ahead and get into the news. We also have a collection spotlight as well. Derrick, thanks a lot for coming on, man. If you want to stay in here with us, you're more than welcome. And you can just kind of comment on whatever you think, man. You can share with your thoughts and stuff, and we're going to look at some Transformers here.
Cool.
All right, so the first thing is we do have a collection spotlight. This is from Pop Artemis Prime. If you want to be spotlighted on the Cybercast as far as your collection goes, you can go ahead and add your pictures to cybercastnetwork.com. You must be a member. If you don't know how to add the pictures, then you can go to the YouTube channel, Cybercast Network, and there's a tutorial video on that. But this guy, we were kind of looking at this earlier, and he kind of spent a ton of time, I can tell you, getting everything here, together so we could take these pictures. But it's quite nice. I'm just going to kind of scroll through it, and you guys can comment as you will.
I'd like a Brave Max.
Oh, yeah, I want that in a Grand Max. It's a lot of Dinobots there.
He's gonna have a lot more to add after this year.
Oh yeah.
Just keep buying a new shelf, buddy. Those are all those dragons.
Yeah, even got the what are they calling this? Abominus. I was almost gonna say Instructor, but
That's your 6-shot.
You know what? I actually, mine's getting sold. I have that Hexatron.
Oh.
I can't talk about it on air, but I know of something happening. So little seekers there. And this is what we were, talking about quite a bit here. Now, what exactly did you say this was, Dakota?
That's Nexus Maximus, right?
Yeah.
Is Dakota still with us? Is he there?
I think he decided to step out for a little bit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's that.
Yeah,
Nexus
we were trying
Maximus.
to figure out what was going on with that Nexus Maximus. Had like 4 arms and extra Bruticus feet or something.
Yeah, so if someone knows, let us know in the comments. Kind of curious. Like, we see, you get 2 brawls, and there's obviously Onslaught, and then what's this add-on kit where he's got like 4 arms and stuff like that? So I'm sure someone will let us know before the show ends. Just a couple of the quick pictures of the designs of this new RID 2.0. We've already taken a look at it, but we pretty much already got your opinions on it. This is the only deluxe one that they've revealed so far.
I'm tired of Bumblebee being a sports car. I'm ready for him to go back to being a bug again or something small.
Yeah.
Yeah, even if you can't do a Volkswagen Bug, just something small.
Yeah.
On the animated one, what was because it's obviously not a bug, but I don't know, it's kind of a sporty, kind of like a hatchback Civic almost,
or a Fiat or something.
We're kind of looking at like those kind of drifty cars, not Drift the Transformer, but
Oh yeah.
Those kind of small
little
Japanese
tuners. Yeah,
that kind of stuff. We something really small and fast is what we basically wanted for him, and a little bit.
All right, yeah. Because that's what it kind of reminded me of, kind of like a little Civic hatchback SI or something like that. I thought it was a pretty cool design.
Yeah.
We have some in-hand images of, is it Windblade? Yeah. So
now that they go back and redo her with the Sarah Stone looking face, it still is cool. I still want to get it. But
yeah.
She's kind of becoming.
I know there's one Transformer on my shelf that is extremely happy on this, and that is Thrust, because this is Thrust's girlfriend. So.
What? Gosh.
Or at least in my household.
Why? Why Thrust?
Well, it's got the
because they share VTOL wings.
The colors. I'm also, like I said before, I'm gonna pop her head off, and you know how like on the G1 Perceptor, how you can like push the head down. I'm gonna put her head on top of him to. It's gonna be my face of Vegeta. You can look forward to all those photos. I do like her. Really cool.
Yeah, it's pretty nice. Pretty nice figure.
Yeah. And disappointed in this one.
Are you?
Yeah, I'm one of those people that If it's a headmaster, I want it to be a headmaster.
Translation G1er.
I get what you're saying, but like, just give me a Nightbeat already. I don't care, you know. Like, it would be nice if somewhere down the road they did do a headmaster version, but I'm totally. And he's not even a headmaster in IDW right now, so.
Yeah.
The only thing I worry about with that figure is it looks like a lot of blue is coming through the yellow. Like the yellow paint is not very thick, so it looks really green.
Yeah, right there especially.
I never cared for that mold until they made it into a Nightbeat. Now I really want it. I want the shooter even back, and even worse.
Yeah, I mean, I do like the head sculpt on it, but I just want it to be a headmaster.
Maybe some third-party company will make that.
You know, if the old Collectors Club version at least had the little ear horns, I would
Oh, yeah,
you know, it's like I have that one, but it's like, man, I want that one, you know, the new one for the new head, but I've already got one, so such a predicament.
Yeah, I mean, you can definitely. This is what you're talking about. Yeah, it looks green.
Yeah,
paint right through there.
Their paint's the paint's been getting kind of shoddy, so I wonder.
Right. Next one, Crosscut.
There he is. Sure is Crosscut.
And then you're gonna get the what is it? 4 other repaints.
The Diaclone repaints.
Yeah, all the Diaclone.
He better come with a little scooter then.
Yeah.
Yep, there it is.
Now
again.
we saw this at BotCon where they are coming out with Hotshot from the TF4. What's his name? The green guy. Is it Crosscut? No, not Cross. That's
Crosshairs.
Crosshairs. Yeah.
Hotshot.
So they're coming out with him, and they painted his head is like gray, or like kind of a grayish white, but his face is red. And when everyone was looking at it, they're like, "Oh, it tracks," even though it said, clear as day, like this is actually Hotspot or not Hotspot, Hotshot. And then we later found out that they're gonna end up keeping everything exactly the same, put some flame decals on it, and then call it Tracks. I'm really hoping that they maybe do something, because I just think that that's an ugly mold, that TF4 figure.
Yeah.
Probably give you Road Rage as well then.
Yeah.
They're doing Diaclone.
Let's take the Shattered Glass BotCon version.
And here you have Snarl.
Is he like lime green? Is he shiny? Shiny lime green?
It looks like that. I know that the top section is, this right here is removable as well. Translucent pieces. This looks like it is kind of a shiny looking paint here. So I don't know.
I hate it when
how
Autobots are green and purple. It drives me crazy. Like, why would anyone make an Autobot Constructicon colors?
Yeah, true. Never thought about it being.
It drives me right up the wall.
Yeah.
All the robot modes just look like a bunch of stuff is happening. There's no silhouette. It's just here it is. He does have nice pointy shoes though.
Yeah, look at those things. My goodness.
What's happening? Is that a pose? Like, I don't even know what's going on.
I'm not sure where his leg is. Yeah.
All those things need to be curved and everything for the safety laws here. Chow's gonna poke their eye out.
Sometimes that's good. I got him on from Ultraman, and like all of his quills were like super sharp. So he's just a ball made of quills, and it was so hard to pick that thing up because it would like puncture your hands. It was so sharp.
Yeah.
This is the Milk Magazine Evasion Optimus Prime, and they are repainting this thing to death.
That's getting a Power Master upgrade, isn't it?
Yes, it is. It's going to be from DX9, which is part of Unique Toys.
They look pretty nice.
I believe that DX9 add-on's only like $50 too. So, and it's gonna have a alternate head. So like we go and we buy all these ones. Like you go buy one in the store right now. It's got the open ugly face and not the face plate. It's gonna come with a face plate head, so you're gonna be able to swap that out.
Oh, the head also doesn't look like movie-ish, right? It's more G1-y.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It just looks like a custom.
It does kind of.
I don't know, these dirty toys. Like, I don't know. There's so many people that do this, make their toys dirty. I don't think Hasbro needs to, or Takara, or whoever.
Yeah, well, I mean, it really looks like someone like just put like some like sticky stuff all over them, and then like threw some black dirt, and then they're like, "There you go.
There you go. He's weathered."
Pay $100 for this exclusive."
It's like when they would do those Marvel Legends, and they would just spray paint like brown on top of the figure to make it dirty looking, and just look like somebody pooped on it.
Yeah.
All right, getting into Takara, now we have the TF4, I guess you could say, Wheeljack. What we've come to call him on the Cybercast is Matrix Head. So.
Poor guy never stood a chance whenever he came around Optimus Prime.
He's always trying to...
It sure looks a lot better than the last movie he was in.
Always trying to rip his head apart.
What size is this?
This is going to be a deluxe. Look at that.
It's weird. It's a lot of Wheeljacks lately.
There he is.
Look at those feet.
It looks like one of those fireworks that it's just green fire.
Like the feet, they look like what you would see like a jester. Where they got like these big shoes with like balls at the end or something.
If you notice though, like almost all the movie Dinobot toys kind of have those feet, those toes.
That's so weird. Must be
Yeah.
in the movie, I guess. That's a
Medieval
gross
knight
car.
look.
That is the most boring car mode I've ever seen in my life.
Welcome to Mercedes. What can I do for you?
I mean, it looks like they painted the Mercedes logo silver. And those are actually
Mercedes, Josh. I'm not just gonna leave the.
well, I mean, you get the license. I mean, you could make the car without putting the emblem there. These are also rims that you would see on a Mercedes too. So looks like it's fully.
At least got
Out.
stickers. It's just like from Wheeljack's original car mode to that. That's such a downgrade.
Yeah, no
Yeah.
kidding.
Somebody carved it out of a bar of soap or something.
And put a matrix on his on his shoulders.
All right, the newest figures from the Takara Transformer Cloud. You are, God, I forget these guys' names, but
Ironhide from Armada.
Okay, from the Roadbuster there.
Which is funny because he was known as Roadbuster in Japan.
Yeah.
The Ironhide Armada, rather. So Roadbuster gets turned into a Roadbuster.
And there's the other one is Hellwarp.
That is what I'm excited over because it's supposed to kind of be sort of like okay, you have before second Starscream.
Yeah.
And then, he turned into Hellscream. So it basically kind of reminds me of Hellscream with the Beast Wars second Starscream colors. With the whole Cyber Shark mold evolution thing there. So that's probably the one Cloud figure I'll be picking up. They finally did it.
I thought you were picking up the Rodimus as well.
Just whenever it's not, $100.
You're looking for one of those regret purchases.
Yep, that's one. This one I'll buy it at $100, but I'm looking for a regret purchase Rodimus.
Oh, how about the Starscream? I thought you were buying the Starscream too. The Blitzwing
Oh
Bolt.
no, you missed that episode.
And Brawn.
You really missed that episode.
That's really funny.
Okay, so here's all the stuff that we've taken a look at already. But Takara, they're also coming out with the Kabaya toys for your, I almost said Brave, but your Go line Dragon Builders. So Dakota, if you haven't got them yet, now you can get them.
Yeah, I still need to get the samurai team, but I'm gonna be picking up the originals that were like bigger. So I love the ninja team.
Yeah, I love Kabaya. What they do. I mean, we got a lot of the Japanese stuff in there, and we've never seen that anywhere else. Like Overlord, Road Caesar, all that. But now going to Samurai, though. I mean, going to Go, kind of
big jump there.
Yeah, no, it's like we haven't done all the rest of them yet, though. You won, but we'll go up to Go now. So there you go.
So at least they're not doing Dinobots. So I think that would have just been like all right, guys. We need to have a meeting about all these Dinobots.
His feet look weird too, though. Like he's got like clown feet with like balls at the end or something.
Now look at this adorable little thing here.
See, his vehicle mode looks pretty cool. How did he fit his head in there?
It probably all comes over his face, from what it looks like.
Yeah, and his face is the whole inside right there.
Section. His face is kind of weird. I like the Kids Logic ones a little bit better, but they don't transform. But
yeah,
their faces are a little cooler, I think. It's not bad.
All right, getting into the third-party news, and this is where we usually
KFC. That's bullcrap.
Is this where they were asking if they should change their name?
Yeah,
to something like even more generic than
So now it's KTC, Keith's Toy Club, and I'm going to try to do this off memory here, but like we said on a previous Cybercast, that they were wanting to either change their name to something else or should they stay the same. They were kind of thinking about a rebranding because they want to make better quality product, and they thought maybe they should change the name a little bit, or maybe they were getting too much negative feedback. I mean, the fans must have been hitting them pretty hard because they warrant a name change. So now it's Keith's Toy Club, or KTC. I'm gonna have to get used to saying that now.
Oh, I'm not. I refuse. He's always gonna be the Colonel to me.
We still got the little string tie or whatever.
Yep.
the Colonel Sanders with the Gundam head up there. See, I like that. I'm glad that they kept that at least. I just want to, because I think my Sencho Barbosa, my not Captain Shark, is supposed to be here either Monday or Tuesday. Am I getting KFC quality or KTC quality? That's the thing I'm.
Is it your special edition first run, or is it your?
It is first run. It just took so long to get to me because I ended up getting this one from Capture Prey, and they had sent it to them, the shipment, and then right when it got to their post office sent it back to them, and so it was right there, within miles from the post office to their actual location or warehouse or storefront where they could get it and ship it out. And they ended up shipping it back, so they had to wait for that and then get it reshipped.
That's hilarious. We don't want to deliver this just yet, so why don't you do this over? We'll ship it back. Gosh.
All right,
These
and
dudes, so awesome.
This little guy.
Oh yeah, I have the other one. Where'd he go?
The little Iron Fist.
Yeah, somewhere. I have a small Iron Fist collection.
I like this guy's colors better.
Than Iron Fist?
But Josh, he's not a wrecker, so.
I told you I don't care about wreckers.
I don't care about wreckers either, but I like Iron Fist.
I tell you, Beast Wars, wreckers, they're stupid.
Gosh.
Wow, some bold statements. I'm Derrick J Wyatt, and I do not endorse these statements. That's a nice
little comparison there.
Yeah. I like the Cybertron vehicle modes too. I'm really into that. I guess I'm kind of tired of the normal Earth cars too. I love how squat he is. You gotta find that guy and open him up. I have so many things I haven't. Is this another Dinobot?
Okay, so got a couple of Dinobots. This one is from Toy World, and we took a look at a couple of pictures last week. You can see the sword storage, and looks like we can get some little chrome bits here. But just taking a few
His mouth opens.
more pictures here.
I think I've convinced myself I need to have the Toy World ones, just so I can have, the Beast somewhere on display.
I think
this is going to be one of
Dinobots in beast mode.
This is going to. Oh yeah, mine displayed in beast mode too.
Well, yeah. I think Jaim was the only one that got kind of what I was going for, but it's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is going to be one of the ones that can turn into a combiner as well. The other one being G Creations.
The G Creations one looks good from the whole symmetrical standpoint, but if I'm not mistaken, Toy World is going to be going for that, the Beast, yeah. So
also the G Creations, I believe the top of its, the combiner's head comes up to almost the chin of Generations Metroplex.
Dang.
Yeah, so
more big old bot stuff.
Good for it. Just kidding. I don't care.
All right, fans, Project Slag or Slug.
Oh, he's kind of neat.
And they're going to have their, I guess you could say, Target Master. This little guy
he's
turns
not
into an axe.
He's not a Diaclone like the other guy. Like that little.
I'm sure it would be one of those TFCon exclusive, maybe, sort of things.
It looks totally different than that. It looks like a completely different sculpt, though.
I don't know then.
So I got
they did the sludge for the the Diaclone and the
I have that
TFCon.
one. Pretty nice. I think I like their Dino modes because they're a little bit more modernized. They're not just like old clunky tail draggers. I like a little more Jurassic Park in my dinos.
And I forget who's doing this, but there's your Pounce and Wingspan there.
Jeez, who cares? There's a giant Scorponok claw behind there.
Yeah.
Yeah, no kidding.
It's gonna smash my head. His weapon stores too. It's same thing.
Okay, it looks like he can fit on top. Be a Dino Rider.
Right on.
But does the toy sparkle? Because Hasbro clearly has that under control.
Well, this is the first version, so the repaints are.
Once they get down to about the 20th repaint, you'll start to see stuff like that.
Just after Shattered Glass, G2, Beast Wars, Beast Machines, G2 Redux. No.
All right, next thing from Fans Project is they got some new colored images of Quick Switch, and you're also getting a 6 Knight.
Oh.
6 shots, boy. Nice.
I don't even know who would buy, now that they said they're coming out with a 6 Knight, I mean, who's going to even buy the Quick Switch?
Well, if you had Hexatron, you could have him now with his son, next to him and all that. Reunite the two.
Yeah, Josh. Now you probably don't want to get rid of that Hexatron because, you can do all your daddy-son pictures.
It's already got a bid on it.
But the 6 Knight, though, definitely. Even though I like my original, I want a fully posable 6 Knight.
And if you see this, okay, look, you see on the face here, kind of got a visor there, and on this one you can see that it doesn't. So it looks like it's going to have a visor that comes down as well.
That's cool.
Nice.
I like those colors too. It's a nice color scheme.
Yeah. But I'd like to see all his other alt modes, though. Robot mode looks good, but how are the rest of them?
Well, there you go.
All right.
And
well, you're going to have to wait for 2 seconds to pass.
What kind of animal is that? Does it have eyes?
These little things here.
They look like little guns. So he has guns
That's
for
what I
eyes.
think they look like. I'll just be honest right now. I do not like any of these, but
The alt mode.
yeah, I think the robot looks fine. Like on the Hexatron, they all pretty all of them for the most part look good, or more than half. But on this one, only the robot looks really good. But that's probably the mode you're going to display it in anyway. So
it's the exact opposite of the original G1. The robot mode was kind of crappy, but the rest of them were okay.
And with the short wings, I guess it kind of makes sense because the original had kind of this little bitty short wings that there's no possible way they could actually be a flying vehicle. But
they're not sticking off the back of his head in robot mode.
Hmm?
Didn't he have like those wings that stick off the back of his head?
Yeah.
In robot mode.
Yep. They became his tail fin for the plane.
Hey, there you go. Drill tank.
Oh,
you can make it into like 8 different other Brave characters now.
There's a big problem. We have a big lack of drill tanks lately. It's like hopefully they'll do some with that Combiner Wars. They'll do a nose cone or something. But man, there used to be like I don't know. We used to get drill tanks, and now we don't.
I think they used them all up in the 90s.
Yeah, Brave took them all.
Derrick, are you a big fan of Brave?
I like Brave. I haven't seen that much of it, but I like the robots and stuff. Definitely.
Last drill tank we got was Beast Wars 2nd Galvatron, and let's just not talk about that.
Yeah, let's not go that route.
That's not quite drill tank material, but...
What? Okay, so that's the boat. What was the other thing?
Oh, it's the boat. Yeah.
Oh, no, the previous picture to that, though.
It's a boat with
okay. With sail or something?
Good on top, yeah.
Okay.
It's got a little crow's nest up here and stuff. Yeah.
You get shot out of.
Right. Bad Cube, I believe is what they're saying. It's basically their Outback. They're also doing Brawn. You got the detachable weapons here. Saw someone in the comments. This is why I don't really get in on forums or in the read like comments and forums and stuff, just because of some stuff some people say. I'm like, you can reply back, but there's no way you can do it without coming across as an ass. So someone was like, oh, that's really cool, you get a Megatron gun with the guy.
A fusion cannon.
He stole Megatron's gun. That's awesome.
Well, when I was little, I always wondered why it looked so much like Megatron's gun. It's a little. I don't even know. Whatever.
Yeah, but if the G1 fans fans out there don't know, as far as G1 goes, I believe he was the only one that actually came with a gun. All the rest of the little mini bots or buys, they just came, just the figure itself.
Yeah.
But this guy, he was fortunate enough to get a gun. So.
You get a Megatron gun. A tiny.
And a Megatron gun at that. And he's got a walkie-talkie.
Okay.
All right, and Fans Toys Sever.
Oh my God. All right, this is not. I gotta go now because like by the 12th snarl, I'm like, oh.
This is going to be the masterpiece scale, though. As well and this is one that I'm actually collecting as the Fans Toys. I think they do a really good job. Figures are a little bit more expensive, but
they look better.
They put a lot of quality in it.
It really bugs me when they call something a masterpiece and then it looks like dog pile. I just don't get it. Like, how can you put the name masterpiece to something that is not good?
Yeah, these guys run about $200.
Much better. Yeah.
This is the company that did the Quake Wave, or basically the quote unquote masterpiece Shockwave, and it has electronics, it has die-cast, paint apps. I mean, it's just translucent pieces. They fix their problems. If you have problems, then they end up fixing them. So everything they've come out with 2 figures so far, but both of them are pretty much gold. So.
It looks nice.
And this is X2 Toys firing pin.
Oh, dude, I think X2 is going to get my money. It looks like they're closer to Mastermind.
Yeah.
Can't wait.
Bold Forms, a new third-party company, they are coming out with Galatius or Gladius. I forget exactly what the name is, but
Gannicus undefeated in the arena.
But you got your tank there. It's a Megatron, basically, that in alt mode, it's supposed to look like G2 Megatron, but whenever you transform it into robot form, it looks like G1 Megatron. So it's kind of a different little idea out there.
Jeez, do we really need this? Is this what we need? More freaking 84 characters? Come on.
And it's going to be Masterpiece scale, because you can see the MP10B here. So.
Do we really need more Masterpiece scale figures?
If they're good, I wouldn't mind a good Masterpiece Megatron. That one is not exciting me so far.
Well, their next project, this is what I'm talking about. They're also doing a Minosaur, so the first figure that they're doing is Motormaster. And this is, I talked to them, and they were telling me that they wanted to kind of draw from, the old comics style, and also the G1 toy, and kind of draw those and put those together.
Those guys need to get away from the G1 toys because that's all they're doing. They need to do some, like, I need a Swindle that looks like the animation model, with the side arm and the window chest. Like everything, they keep just doing the same things over and over again. I mean, he's got a box for it. His head's in a box, so that's cool.
I like this one though, because with the Fans Project one, there's just so many like little moving pieces, and to me the best way I can explain it for people that just collect Hasbro stuff or Takara stuff, it's basically like a Bayformer. I mean, there's just so many little moving pieces and stuff like this.
No, it looks good though.
Simple stuff.
They're not all stabbing you in the eye or anything. It's just they're complicated, but they still have silhouettes and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this is what I saw whenever I watched G1 cartoons, so that's why I kind of like it. So I'm going to follow a little bit and see how it turns out, see how some of the other figures look.
Let's see how Breakdown looks.
You're going to get another Masterpiece size.
With no head.
Sunstreaker. Yeah, so this isn't final. They said there's still some parts missing.
Is it Red Alert?
It's Sunstreaker here.
I can't help but think like how many customers that they could add to their list if once they get finished with like an ideal Masterpiece Sunstreaker, which this one looks like it's turning out to be, downsizing it and the Masterpiece Sideswipe to that more deluxe scale, dude.
Yeah.
Well, here's the whole thing, and why I think that I think something like this will probably fail is Takara's already got the Lambor license, where they come out with, what is it, like 4 different Lambors now. There's still a couple more we want you to make, Takara, so, and we're buying all your repaints because it's an awesome mold. But since you already have the Lambor license, give us a Sunstreaker. It's going to be a different mold, and you can make a few repaints out of that as well, but, I mean, while you already have the license, it only makes sense.
Yeah, I'd rather have an official product, too.
Yeah. I'd like to see the Tiger Tracks and, like, the red Masterpiece Sunstreaker together. I think that'd look pretty neat.
And you know that this thing, being a third party, is going to cost just as much as the Takara Masterpiece release, if not more.
I think it's going to be a little more.
Well, I just
included.
The what? The tools.
The tools. Oh, they're all included.
Mouse, everything.
Mouse, desk.
Man, I don't know. You can't, it's so hard to get me to care about Sunstreaker. I just don't care.
He's such a vain prick. I hate him.
Perfect Effect said these guys are a little bit closer to production. This is the box art that you're going to see for them.
How much are those going to be? Oh, I want that.
You know what? I might have to get this just so I can take that head and put it on my G1 Scorponok and have a proper Scorponok head.
Would it work on the G1 though?
Yeah, is it interchangeable?
Be too small.
Oh yeah, I guess it really depends on how big that thing is.
And it looks like the port for the Fort Max one. Well, I don't know.
It's so good.
But you get the Warden one as well. And this one's gonna sell like hotcakes in Japan.
Relax.
Yeah.
I will buy that, dude.
Mastermind Creations has informed us that there's going to be a couple extra pieces they're going to throw in. So, I mean, they're just showing off, how you can connect all this stuff. But they're also including a piece here that goes on top. So you're not going to have that ugly, two-hole gap right there on the top of the armor plate that this came with Leo Ducks. It's also going to be the belt or hip plate for the Predaking. And they're also going to be coming out with 3 different fillers for the inside of the arms. They're just going to make it look a little bit better.
That's awesome. Some like Assassin's Creed looking stuff in there.
Yeah, and there's some little missiles and stuff like that. So you can put them, however you want. They're interchangeable. So I do dig that. There's a little look at them, but it gets better.
What is this character? What character is this for?
This is for the Predacons, for Mastermind Creations
okay.
third-party combiner. And a little look at them there. But the best part is whenever you put this guy into Predaking mode, or was it Feral Rex mode is what they're calling him, you don't have to like put these to the side or put them in the box and possibly lose them. You're going to be able to attach them onto your Predaking or Feral Rex. So as you can see right here, I've got them attached there. So
nice.
Piece them up a little bit, and it kind of fills in some places where they were just holes, and I do like that. Anytime that you can equip everything, you don't have to worry about is this somewhere in a baggie, is this in this box, and that's how stuff gets lost.
I just hope they do a gift set. Just give me a gift set.
Oh, and those things are free whenever you pre-order Mastermind Creations Tigress. Otherwise, I think you're going to have to pay for it. So,
Warden Space Boots.
now you have an add-on for your Warden. You're going to get these knees, the feet, it looks like a gun. There's a couple other things. But again, the cool thing about this is it's going to be able to fit onto, if you have them in the Fort Max head, and put them on your Fort Max, these pieces are going to be able to kind of transform and fit that and make him look a little bit more, I don't know, IDW or G1 or whatever. So
Really? That's the
pretty
problem
big
with that. I've never transformed it into tank mode.
No, I haven't either. I wanted to, but it was like, nah.
That's the problem, though. It looks so good as the head that like you almost need another Warden just to be the figure because like I can't ever take it off my Fort Max now.
I try not to transform it into head mode because it really has my finger close to that buy now for the Encore Fort Max, and it's like I really don't want to spend that money right now.
Oh, you should though because it's getting cheap, isn't it? Like
it's
like
$270.
$280.
It's like $270 right now.
Yeah, with free
I don't know how
shipping
much lower
on
it's
top
gonna
of that. Buy it, Dakota.
Man, see, mine isn't in head mode, and if we can just get it off this picture in like the next 10, 15
Transform.
minutes, it'll be good.
And see some of the other little pieces you'll be able to add here. So
everyone out there, tweet pictures of your Warden in head mode to Dakota. PrimalSabbath.
She goes take a picture right now.
this is basically what you get.
Sucks that the knees have to like come off of the regular one for that to kind of work. I don't know. See, I think he looks like really awesome as he is. I really don't need the additional, inch, 2 inches.
Maybe he likes stilts though.
I mean,
But it's
maybe
cool that his feet are a little bigger and stuff. But I don't know if we need it.
Yeah.
We'll see. I say that now, and I'll probably get it.
There he is with your boy. So.
Yeah.
I like the new gun though. The new gun looks pretty tight.
Be cool if you could put that on
Yeah,
Guardian.
for Steel Core.
The last add-on, the trailer add-on for Advanced Project Steel Core.
For what?
I wish they would repaint him as Sentinel Maximus and just make me happy. And then do the trailer too, because,
And a couple of Beast Sagas over here. Got both those. So.
I got those already.
Are there any pictures of the trailer like armored up on him, or?
Well,
or is it even an armor kit? Is it just going to be like your traditional like
wait
base
for it, Dakota. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
No, there is not.
All right.
I
I appreciate the adrenaline rush that I just got out of that.
All right, so that was it for the news. Do you want to catch us up on comments real quick, Jaim? And we can go ahead and get out of here.
Let me scroll down. Dust Mites, Fans Toys, Fans Project, and Toy World really knocked it out, he states. Every collector's preference is covered. Now that's enough. Dinos, so let's start being more original.
How about some Dino King dinos, huh? Yeah.
And then he also states, Sever looks incredible. Fans Toys is killing it. Sold. He does not like that Motormaster. So I'm sorry there, Josh.
Well, I sent him a picture on Instagram where I made my G1 Motormaster doing "Haters Gonna Hate" pose.
And then he also states that they doubt that they will make a streaker. They can't repaint it 6 times for Sunstreaker for the Masterpiece line. And then Warden figure is incredible. This is the standard 3P needs to follow. So, and that's it.
All right, you guys have anything before we end the show here? Anything to add?
No, I don't.
No? All right, well, first off, I'd like to thank our guest, Derrick, for joining us and sticking with us for the entire show as well and answering a lot of our questions. Hopefully, if you had a question or something that you were wondering about, hopefully you got it answered. I did talk quite a bit about what would have maybe happened in like a season 4 and stuff like that. So if you didn't see the beginning, make sure you go watch that. We have that for about 30 minutes where we have that basic, not interview, but little conversation there. So, Dakota, go ahead and sign yourself out.
Self ahead and sign myself out?
I was going to call you...
Go ahead and be selfish and go first.
We know you just want to go first. So.
That's it. Dakota, you can find me at PrimalSabbath. I'm also the CEO of Primal Selfish, LLC. Got a lot of trademarks out there in the open right now. Pretty successful little group.
All right.
Yep.
Okay.
Jaim?
I'm Victory Saber 77. Find me Twitter, YouTube, and the Aftercast will be airing today at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. So check that out on my channel.
All right, and our guest Derrick. I tell people where they can find you, man.
You can find me if you can. Just try. I'm not giving you any information.
Stalkers.
Yeah. All right, and you can find me, G1 Hextron, on Twitter, YouTube, and Instagram. Also, my Facebook page is the G1 Hextron. Our community stuff is cybercastnetwork.com and cybercastnet for Twitter. And everything we took a look at as far as news today goes Facebook page, Cybercast Network. So thanks a lot for watching, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed, and we will talk to you on the Aftercast. Peace.